All right. Yeah. What were we talking about? The something to do with
DoorDash sucks.
Oh, dude, they you.
Yes.
They might as well bring lube when they bring you your food because it's ridiculous.
Can we talk about this storm I just endured?
I was
on the
gonna
way
ask
here?
you. I was like, dude, in my head, I was like, I hope he doesn't cancel because I was worried. I was like, damn, it looked like it was gonna get pretty bad.
Dude, so I have a giant fear of storms.
Yeah.
As of like, it was probably like 5 years ago, I got caught in a bad one coming back from Houston, and like tornado bad.
Oh no.
And at the time, I had it was like a 2003 Mitsubishi Lancer. And the thing was like a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And my car
Yeah.
was,
Oh yeah, hydroplaning and shit.
dude, it was so bad. And then, of course, a couple weeks ago at the Longview convention, got caught in all them storms on the way back. Freaked me out.
Bro, that was bad.
It was bad. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm done with this. I don't have to deal with this again for like a while. And sure enough, on the way here, like before I left, I was like checking the weather and shit. And I was like, storms tonight at 10. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll definitely be back by then. And then on the way here, I'm almost in Texarkana, and I see this giant, just black cloud. And I was like, oh, cool. Okay. Let me check again real quick. I checked, and it was like 100% chance. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm about to get right in the middle of this thing. And soon as I get under it, like, I don't know what was my entire car wind gusted me over a whole lane, and my heart dropped.
No, the wind was blowing hard. It blew all my trash cans over and shit.
There was like flying around the air, like on the highway and all that. I was like, oh God, great. I'm going to die.
I'm gonna die going to this stupid podcast.
Now I'm just never gonna leave my house.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're like, yeah, it's official. I just work from home now.
Yep.
Yeah. And I remember when I had my Infinity, dude, they're rear wheel drive, so they hydroplane like a mother. Like they're nice to travel in because they ride real nice, but you get any water on the road and you're like skating and it's yeah. DoorDash though, yesterday I do like it for days like yesterday. Like I got to the shop, I had 2 appointments. One was like first thing, like 12 o'clock. And then I didn't have another one until like 6. I was finishing like this big piece on this guy's thigh. So I had like a pretty big gap in the day, but like 6 people walk in and it's just me. Well, Jessica was tattooing, but she doesn't do walk-ins. Yeah. And I'm like, like I'm already going to be sitting there twiddling my thumbs. So I'm like, yeah, I mean, I might as well get them in. But I was like, there's no chance. Because I got done at like 2:30. And I was like, look, guys, there's 0 chance I'm getting all of you tattooed. But what we can do is you decide who's more important, and we'll start, and we'll see where we end up. Luckily, Connor came in. But we worked till I didn't get out of there till 11, and Connor didn't get done till like 1 a.m.
Jesus.
So it was kind of fun though, because I haven't done that in a while, where it's like walk in. You know what I mean? Like
I definitely do not miss those things.
No. It was fun because it was a little one-off thing, but I mean, I still do walk-ins, but it's getting to the point now, like since I quit my other job and have gone full time, like thank God, because in my head I was just like quit and there's not going to be any work, and thank God, like, and I knew in the back of my mind though, I was like, man, all the time that I spend dedicating to this other job that I don't want to do, if I was spending that tattooing, I can't fail. It's got to get better.
It does.
Thank God.
Dude, if I would have quit a long time ago if that's how it was.
Yeah.
You just gotta learn to weather those storms.
Right.
And if you can do that, you're successful.
Yeah.
In my opinion, anyway.
Yeah.
I think anybody can get there. Anybody can get to that point as long as they just grind.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
And it is stressful. It is tiring. it's everything,
Yeah.
dude. But it's all worth it.
I know, it's so weird. I talk about it all the time where I'm like, I wouldn't trade it for the world. Like I feel like I'm the luckiest son of a bitch on the planet to be doing what I'm doing. And I'm still like pretty new. I'm like 3 years in, but I'm just like, so I'm still in the honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
And I know that'll probably dip at some point, but like, I don't know, but I fucking love it. But I think about it all the time because people will ask me, like, you know, you get to talking with clients and they tell you about their work life and how they hate it and they wish they could do something else. And they're like, I wish I could do something like you know, because I'll tell my story a lot. Like, you know, I didn't start till I was 30 and I did all this bullshit that people tell you should do because that's the safe route. And it's not. Ended up, you know, laid off and out on my ass. And I just finally was like, fuck this, dude. I'm going to do something I want to do. But I'll tell people that and they're like, man, how do you get into tattooing? And I'm like, it's funny because I talk about it being so great, but I'm like, you don't want to do this. Stay away. I don't think you've got what it takes.
Like, you have to be a strong-willed motherfucker to make it. You have to. And it is definitely not for everybody. Like me, I'd never even wanted to be a tattoo artist. I just kind of fell into it and it worked.
Yeah.
So
me too. Yeah, I'm jealous of people when they're like, yeah, I knew from the age of 5 I wanted to be. I'm like, damn. It's like,
I watched the one with you and Connor.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how, like, he wanted to be one since he was 13 and all this and that. And I was like, dude, I didn't even want tattoos at all. Like, I didn't care about it. Nothing. And then I guess the planets aligned and something happened.
No, it was very synchronistic the way mine like happened because I always liked drawing and art, but like early on people kind of got it in my head that like, well, you can't make a living off art and you're the town that I live in, you know, like what are you going to do? Go like do some graphic, graphic arts. And literally I used to not really give a shit about tattoos either. I got a really bad one at 18 in a trailer in Nash. And ever since then, it put a bad taste in my mouth. And I was like, man, fuck this. Like, I don't even want to get another one until I can get that one fixed or covered. And so I didn't give a shit about them for a long time. But I kept drawing in my free time. Yeah. And when I got laid off during COVID, me and Casey went to get her a tattoo for her birthday. And we were in there and we saw Lindsay and Alexis and they had like 6 fucking apprentices in there, you know? And I was like, it was like my wheels started turning. I was like, huh, so I guess I didn't even know how the shit worked. I didn't know how you become one. I think that's why it did cross my mind like, oh, that'd be a cool job. But I'm like, I have no idea. It's like magicians. I don't know how you know, like, I don't know. It's like an esoteric thing. But I was like, huh, I guess those are apprentices. I guess they teach people how to do it here. And then she was like, why haven't you ever thought about tattooing? Like at the time I gotten back into drawing a lot at work. In my free time, I was just drawing shit. And I was like, huh. And dude, a switch, like, because I had literally hit a point in my life after getting laid off. I was like, praying to God, just give me like some direction and I will fucking hit the road. Like I won't stop at nothing. And dude, it was best thing I ever did.
I'm not gonna say I think it's probably the best thing I ever done. I wouldn't change it. I had a lot of stuff, like when I was younger anyway, I had a lot of shit going for me that probably shouldn't have been going for me, but it was. But I didn't realize it until like I'll sit back and I'll think about it. And be like, man, dude, I could have done this or that or whatever. And I'd probably be a millionaire or some shit right now, but I didn't. And I took the route I did, and it led me to tattooing. And now, I love it.
I can tell you do. Like, I can see it, like, in the way you, like, I don't know. Like, I can tell you have fun with it. You know what I mean? Like, some other tattooers, like, very, like, you know, like, they do their shit and they go home. Yeah. You know? And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, look, you know, if everybody has their priorities. Yeah. You know, and at the end of the day, it is a way to make a living. But for me, and I am still new once again, but it's more than that to me. Like, but I say it all the time, like, I'm an addict. Like, it's amazing I made it to this point and, like, can, like, live a normal life to some extent because I'm an obsessive motherfucker. But that's all it is I've put it into tattooing now.
Yeah. That's exactly, like, I hyperfixate on things, and dude, there's just so, like, so much. I could go on for days about the whole topic and life and, you know, this and that. But with tattooing, I think when I originally got into it, I was doing it as like a legal way to make money besides the other stuff I was doing. Yeah. And I didn't have a passion for it. I didn't care about it. I was just doing it. And I think I was doing it for like 3 or 4 years. And that was right before I moved to Louisiana. And something in my brain one day just clicked, and I was like, this is what I want to do. This is what I like. I don't want to do shit else but this. And then I said it on the other podcast I was on. It was Parks and Recreation. Ron Swanson. He told somebody on there, he said, you're half-assing 2 things and you need a whole ass 1 thing. And
damn, that's some real shit.
It fucking
Ron
clicked.
Swanson.
Dude,
that's some real shit.
That's
a knowledge nugget right there.
I had a whole epiphany about it, and I just put my nose in, and just from there, nothing else. Straight-laced, everything. I cut off literally everything.
Yeah.
Except tattooing. And now I just...
So that was like... Because that was a question I was going to ask you, is like, how did you, well, I guess we could go back before then, like, how did you get into tattooing? Like, how did you decide to start doing it for money or apprenticeship?
I never did an apprenticeship. So when, let's see, I was 23, I think, when I started. I was young. I still had a very young mindset. I was just partying, you know, doing that shit. And I started getting tattoos out of the house from my mom's boyfriend. And I immediately fell in love with it. One day on a whim, I went and got my knuckles tattooed. And I walked out, and immediately I regretted it. I was like, oh, shit. Like, because in the back of my head, my last resort was like, I'm going to the Marines. Like, that's all I got going.
Yeah.
Because I dropped out of high school. I didn't do anything else. And I was like, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the Marines. But then I ended up getting tattooed and regretting it. And then I think it was literally within like 3 days of me getting my knuckles tattooed, I said, fuck it, dude. I'm going to be a tattoo artist. Like, I'm good at art. I like tattoos. I don't want to flip burgers. Like,
yeah,
I'm going to be so I ordered a kit online from eBay or some shit. And it was like the little, like 2 machines and like some.
Did it even come with the ink?
Yeah, it came with like some shitty ink and like all these needles and fake skins. And I said, fuck the fake skins. And I went to straight tattooing on myself. And I immediately started tattooing my friends, and I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. And then a shop opened up on New Boston Road, and they called me. I don't know how they got my number, anything like that. And I answered the phone. He's like, hey, I own this shop, da-da-da-da. I've seen some of your work, and I think you have potential. Do you want an apprenticeship? And I was like, fuck yeah. Like, of course. And he's like, come talk to me. So I did. And I get there, and I was like, look, dude, I do want an apprenticeship and stuff. I can't afford it because at that time anyway, all I had ever heard was like, it's like $3,000 for an apprenticeship. And I was like, dude, I'm fucking poor. Like, there's no fucking way.
Yeah.
And he was like, don't worry about it. It's totally free. And I was like, then yeah, of course.
Yeah, why wouldn't I?
He's like, all right, bring all your shit tomorrow. And I was like, okay. So I Went up there, brought all my stuff. Immediately, I think that one thing he made me do is he gave me a machine like completely disassembled, and he told me to
Classic.
yeah. And after that, though, it was like he was like, just keep doing what you're doing and tell everyone you're professional. And I was like, fuck, okay.
Is this the same place that Joaquin started?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, wow. Similarities in your story and the way that was approached. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you're a tattoo artist now. And he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I just did my first one.
Yeah, I started shortly. It was maybe like a year after Joaquin did, something like that.
You were hanging out like getting tattooed by Joaquin a lot, weren't you? Didn't I hear you say that?
No, I was getting tattooed by him when I worked there.
Oh, okay.
When I started working there.
Okay.
Me and him went to like middle school and high school together though. At first, until I moved schools. But when I realized he worked there, I was like, okay, that's cool. That's dope, you know? And I started working there, and then I was just letting him practice on me all the time, really.
Yeah.
So, Joaquin, you got some making up to do eventually. But yeah, that's how it started. And it was rough. It was very rough. I'm talking, I would come in at like noon and not necessarily work the whole day or anything, but I would be there till like 4 a.m. every day. And like, I'm talking banging out like $30 tattoos back to
Real
back.
street shop shit.
Dude,
Yeah.
I remember I did a kid's last name across his back in Old English, solid black, for like $30 for real. Just because I was like, I need money. I want money. Like,
just packing black all day.
I'm pretty sure I remember and taking, like, I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. I was learning from trial and error.
Yeah.
A kid I went to Arkansas High with, he has tribal down his ribs that I did. And I literally, like, I'm talking, like, it's got to be at least this big. I may be exaggerating.
Well, and it's the ribs, so it's actually like that big.
Yeah, and it's solid black, and I did it in like 45 minutes. Like, I turned my shit all the way up, and I know he was hurting.
The ribs sucks.
But that whole time that I was there, I didn't really learn anything besides what I was like learning each time that I tattooed. It was after that, dude, I bounced around shop after shop after shop for so long until I ended up at Texarkana Ink when John owned it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of when I really developed the passion for tattooing. Even though,
What was it? Was it like influence from within the shop that made you kind of like see? Because like I would assume like you're working at a real shitty shop where people are shitty and run the business shitty. You're like, this is like, you know, like it's kind of a joke. Like, we just do this shit for money. And then, so like, did you get to Texarkana Ink and get around like some better artists that kind of like made you go, huh, okay, this could be more than.
Yeah, dude, I remember when John called me, I was like, I fucking made it.
Hell yeah.
Because at the time in my head, that was the premier shop.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I'm here. I am the shit. Like, but when I got there, being around, there were several artists there at the time they were all really like far better than I was. And I learned little things here and there from them. And a big influence that I had was Jason Elliott. Like, one day we were sitting there working. Or actually, no. The first day I walked into Texarkana Ink, he was like, do you got a portfolio? And I was like, yeah. And this was Jason talking to me. And everyone had always gassed me up. Like, dude, I was fucking trash. But people were like, oh, dude, that's so sick. You know, da-da-da. Jason was the first one to rip me a fucking new one. And I showed him my portfolio. He was like, garbage. That one's okay. Garbage. And I was like, damn. Okay. But we were sitting there one day, and I was thinking of all this like crazy shit in my head, like stuff I wanted to draw and design and stuff. And Jason starts designing shit beside me at the light table, and it was like almost exactly what like was in my head. I was just like, I can't put it on paper, but it inspired me, from there it was just a ladder that I kept climbing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy to me. I think about it all the time now that I've like worked under like good mentors, you know, is how fucking important that is. Like I'm so lucky, and I recognize that, because I feel bad for people that are just like in some shit shop where like nobody around them's like actually knows what they're doing, and it doesn't matter. Like, that's what's crazy about the profession. You could be doing this shit for 30 fucking years and never get above like scratcher level.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, you would think like with other things, you can like bump your head and figure things out. Do a tattooing. So I don't even know, like, it's kind of like wild to hear people like you and like Joaquin talk about how they started in a shop where like they were just thrown to the wolves.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that you would even make it to any success. But I'm sure along the way you finally had found some people that gave you a little bit of knowledge to like, oh, okay, so this is how you do that.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say, you know, I did it all on my fucking own. You know, I did pick up things here and there. But the way my brain is wired, none of it sticks. Like, or like, if it does stick, it's fucking weird, dude. I don't even know how. I've tried.
You mean if somebody tells you, it doesn't really register until you do it yourself?
No, not even. Like, it'll register immediately, and I'll do it on one tattoo, and then I'll come back to the next day and do another tattoo.
How did I do that?
Like, it's gone.
Yeah.
And then I'll find my own thing to do again. And that's really how I've done it the whole time.
Yeah. Just through repetition.
Yeah, it's just hardwired in my brain how to do it now, and I can't even explain it to people. Like, I'll try to I can show people certain things here and there, but I can't just sit down and be like, this is why you do it, this is how you do it, and, you know, whatever.
Right. When you worked at Texarkana Ink with Jason Elliott, were you there when he went and did Ink Master?
Yeah.
So what was that like from outside perspective? Like, how much did that like affect his career, clientele wise? Like, was it like immediately like
so
a boost for his career?
Jason had so when we were at Texarkana Ink, he had ended up leaving and going to work at Red Room. I ended up getting fired, and I went to Red Room. And then we both ended up at Texarkana Ink again. And if I can't remember the timeline exactly, but I do remember when he went to Ink Master. I don't know what the hell I was doing. But he had already caught that little stride. Like, he had that clout in Texarkana and stuff. And then he went to Ink Master. I remember seeing his little interview video for it. And he went there, and immediately, dude, like, I'm knowing. I watched his like Instagram followers just like skyrocket. And I know like followers and shit like that don't really matter.
It doesn't always translate.
Yeah, but in a sense it does.
Yeah.
The more you have, the more engagement you have, the better chances you have.
Yeah. Your odds go up of people wanting to get tattooed by you.
Yeah. But I just watched it just rise, and I was like, holy shit, dude. Like, I remember when you had 7,000 followers, and now you have 60 or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. Man, I like the show. Like, I know a lot of tattooers, it's like a thing to just like fuck the show, and like I've never watched a single episode, and it's like, I mean, I get like the drama shit is lame. It's you know, but I can see through that. I like to see like some of these artists that I like I love their work.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot imagine doing that show. Like it must be so fucking intense to just it like we were talking about with the walk-in judge, like you have no idea what they're gonna ask for, and you got 2 more. Like imagine and 6 hours, bro. That's insane.
Yeah.
Like I can't, I'm slow. I can't imagine doing a full blown like.
So it's funny on the way here, I was trying to think of like things you were gonna ask me or things we were gonna talk about, and I was like Ink Master.
Yeah.
So I kind of like did some reconnaissance in my head about it. Dude, I love competition. Dude, I live for that shit.
Yeah.
And so I was on the way here, I was thinking like if you asked me what I do Ink Master, I would fucking do it in a heartbeat. Would it be stressful? Yes. Would I probably want to pull my fucking hair out by the end? Yeah. But I think it would be fun.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I'm sure.
And
It'd be a cool experience, you know.
absolutely.
Like, yeah. It's some doors open that like you just like.
You got to take them.
You got to like. I mean, you know, you wouldn't be where you are right now if you didn't take opportunities like that.
I'm one of those ones as well. Like I'm not some hardcore elitist. Like I like Ink Master. I watch it every season. I do think certain aspects of it is stupid.
Yeah, it's gotten better in my opinion. It is like much better now.
It's a lot.
They weeded out a little bit of the like reality show bullshit, and it's more about like the contest itself.
And dude, I do. I thoroughly enjoy it, and I think there's been a ton of fucking gnarly artists on there
for sure, dude.
And a lot of them get discredited for just going on there. I've had some pretty big name artists ask me like, we've been talking, like, oh, you would do that? You would go on there? Like, dude, I'd be fucking stupid not to.
Yeah, it's a stigma around it. Like, there's like the people that fuck with it and the people that don't, and like we can't be friends. It's like it's weird. And I get the like idea that like they're grifting off tattoo culture, you know, and that you got old schoolers who swear that after Ink Master, tattooing's fucked. It's not the same, but like in my opinion, I'm sure that just like anything, there's like the pros and cons, but the pros far outweigh the cons. Dude, so many more people are getting tattooed now. So like when I hear people complaining like, oh, the market's oversaturated, it's like, but there's more clientele.
Yeah.
So it balances itself out.
Yeah. If Ink Master hit me up today, I was like, hey, do you want to do Ink Master? I'd be like, yeah. And so the way I see it is exactly what I was talking about with Jason. Like, to be recognized on a national level, like, I would be able to end up, like, even if I didn't even make it all the way to the end or made it halfway through, like, I would gain enough recognition to, like, get to solely do what I want, have fun with what I do, and not have to deal with bullshit and feed my kids, live in a nice house, drive a nice car or whatever. Mm-hmm. The American dream, and I've seen it from multiple artists that's been on there.
I've heard so many of them talk about how much it changed their career overnight.
Why would you not want that?
Yeah.
And so when I've been asked would I do it from other artists, these other artists have been, in the game for a long time. They have tons of fucking followers, like I don't have that.
Yeah.
Like I am where I am, but I don't have this ginormous following where I can just do what I want. I fucking want that too,
Yeah.
Like I feel like you're kind of like oddly gatekeeping in some weird sense.
Yeah. Like it's a cheat code and you shouldn't get to have that cheat code. And it's like, but at the same time, like if you suck, you're not gonna, nobody's, you know what I mean? There's actually a question I was gonna ask, cause you're pretty good at like social media and making content and stuff. And I see like a lot of people debating like whether or not well, like, so, 'cause, like, people earlier in their career can blow up on social media, but their work's not quite there.
Yeah.
And people are like, this fucking guy, he just fucking sucks, and like he's got 1 million followers.
Yeah.
But to me, I think, like, who gives a fuck? Like, if they're worth a shit, they'll grow into it.
Yeah.
And if not, they'll fall off. Like, but it's all jealousy and hate at the end of the day, because if it were them, they would have a different opinion about it.
Absolutely.
But it's this idea that, like, I'm better than them and I don't even get the recognition.
Yeah.
Like, and another question I have for you is, like, do you think new tattoo artists should, okay, so like their work's not quite there. So is it okay to build a clientele or like be recognized online for your personality and your ability to create content, cool content, if you're like still doing,
mediocre work?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Like, you're just setting yourself up for like the grand fucking finale.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I had this one buddy from Dallas that she was really, really popular on Tumblr before she became a tattooer. And she had a fucking crazy following that translated over into Instagram. And she started tattooing, and it took a few years, but she found her own style, and it's fucking sick shit, dude. I fucking love it. I probably wouldn't have it tattooed on me because I'm not a big color person, but like, her shit is super dope, and she's made a career out of it. And I'm sure that giant following helped.
Yeah.
So I think if you use it in the correct ways, fuck yeah. You should build that following from that.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be crazy not to.
Yeah. Yeah, why not? How do you like balance like focusing on tattooing and creating content? Because they're like two full-time jobs.
Dude.
It's a beast.
Dude, it is. So the content that I create is pretty trash, in my opinion. Because all my creativity goes to tattooing. Like, that's the majority of the time what I'm doing. So most of the time, I'll do quick little videos of, I kind of mimicked other artists that I seen doing it and kind of made it my own in a weird way. For instance, TikTok. People hate on fucking TikTok, but bro, I've made so much money from TikTok alone, like getting clients from there.
That's so funny. That was one of my questions for you is, do you see TikTok translating into like getting business for tattooing?
Absolutely. Most of my clientele comes from TikTok.
Wow.
Like, okay, so when I first started TikTok, I was just on there, being dumb, doing dumb shit. Didn't have anything to do with tattoos or anything. I started it because COVID. I got bored as shit. I was just sitting in my room. I was like, I'm not gonna do TikTok. That's dumb. Like, and one day I was like, oh, fuck it, whatever. And then once I realized that I could use it for tattoos, I made videos, and like, I was gaining a little bit of a following here and there. Didn't pull any clients, anything like that. I was just trying to do whatever I could do to get my name out there. Because I've been in Shreveport, Bossier for like 8 years now, and like, I still feel unknown. And when I started really popping off on TikTok, I was just doing the same shit. It was the same shit every single video, just a different outfit. Like, I was like, all right, I'll just look cool, as cool as I can look, and tell people I tattoo and post pictures of my tattoos. And then let it just do its thing. And then it wasn't until probably last year when I started getting like some of my videos like going up to like 60,000 views. And then I actually started pulling clients from like Baton Rouge, New Orleans, like
Once you hit that threshold
Yeah.
of like, yeah.
like I probably have 10, maybe 10 clients from Shreveport Bossier or like this general area.
Mm.
And then the rest of them all come from like Baton Rouge, New Orleans, down south, all of them.
Wow.
And they're all from TikTok.
Wow. That's cool. I didn't know. I don't, but I don't have a huge following on TikTok. I have like, so I've noticed, I'm going to try and do it. Do you feel like there's like an equation to making a viral video? Like, do you feel like you've kind of like, oh, I know, because the two videos and they're like mildly successful. One of them I got like 20,000 views on, and they're the dumbest tattoos I've ever done. But I knew when I made it, I was like, oh, this shit's going to be like bomb on TikTok because it's trendy.
Yeah.
But what I also noticed, so what I'm trying to like transition that into like tattoos I actually enjoy doing and like I think are cool is the same like format, but with the cool tattoo.
Yeah.
So, but what I think, I can't tell if they're liking the video because it's trendy, like little simple thing, or if it's the process. I have this theory that they like seeing the process rather, because everyone, and I mean everyone, posts the end result. And it kind of gets lost in the sauce because that's all everyone's doing. So when they see, and then like, you know, we take it for granted because we do it every day. But like clients, they have no idea what the process is like. You know what I mean? Like even if they get tattooed, they like, you show up, here's the design. Yeah, like okay. Yeah. So like seeing behind the scenes, I think they love that shit. I think that does really well.
I agree. And I'm the world's fucking worst at, like, I always forget to, like, I've been wanting to do like a process video for a while and I just always forget.
It's hard.
Like I'm always focused on the
extra work while you're working. Like it's, but you can do small little clips. So like, it's not, you know what I mean? Cause when I used to like think about doing it, I'm like, fuck, how am I just gonna, I don't have somebody to film me at all times. Yeah. And it's like, every now and then I'll hang, Alex my camera and just like, hey, film me for like 5 seconds. Cause it's just a snippet, you know, inside in the video, but it's fun though.
Okay, so there's like those kind of videos that are longer, like the whole process set up, you know, tattooing and then the end result. Those are all, people love that shit. And then there's the people that want just to see what it is.
4 seconds of, yeah.
Like I would say a sweet spot would be 6 to 10 seconds. Mm. People can't retain any more than that before they're already.
Yeah, they're just used to.
Dude, it's ridiculous. And sometimes I'll
it's breaking our brains. Bro, I swear
for
God,
sure. I'll catch myself doing it. I'm like, all right, stop and actually fucking watch this video real quick.
For sure.
But I think if at least my method that I'm using. And I tell everybody, new tattooers, old tattooers, they're like, how do you get, you know, these clients that you're getting to do all this cool shit? I'm like, dude, just fucking do TikTok, dude. Quit being a old head and just fucking do it. Like, I don't necessarily want to do it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to bitch about it if it's going to get my name out there.
It's here to stay. Yeah. And it's like, because I hear tattooers bitch about it all the time. And it's like, you don't have to do it, bro. Yeah. You don't have to. But you're going to continue bitching about why everyone else is doing so much better.
Yeah, you can,
because they're doing it. Yeah.
If you can't keep up.
Well, it's similar to the reason dude, I've wanted to do a podcast. I'm not bullshitting you. Since 2009, I first saw the first Joe Rogan podcast and I was like, bro, that would be so fucking awesome. Yeah. But I was, you know, I was living a life of, I didn't have money to have a setup. And that was always my thing. My holdup was like, I'm not just going to put my phone on a stand and we're going to talk in an echoey room and you see my dirty laundry in the back. Yeah. Like, I'm not doing it like that. I'm either going to do it or I ain't doing it. So I finally got to a point where like my life is stable and I could afford and I have like extra space to have an actual studio. But so it kind of just coincided with my tattoo career, but I I'm not doing it for like, look at me. I'm using it as an excuse to like, me and you would not be sitting here right now, like picking each other's brain.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. I love it because I love to shoot the shit.
Yeah.
You know? So, you know, and eventually I'd like to get like some of my like people that I like heroes, you know, like, and it's just an excuse to fucking, talk to me, you know?
It is, I think podcasts are so dope just for that very same reason. One day I might want a podcast. Could I do it? Probably not, but I believe that for
anyone can
else.
do. It's just like tattooing. Like anyone can do it. It's how dedicated are you going to be to it?
Exactly. And I'm already so dedicated to so many things.
Yeah, I know.
My brain just.
It's a lot.
I think it's dope though, dude. I love going on podcasts just so I can. I like to inspire people.
Me too.
My whole come up, not even in tattooing, just in life in general, I feel like is inspiring. And if I can do it, anybody can fucking do it. You know.
Yeah. I love a redemption story.
Yeah.
Like. That's why I wanted to interview you because I know we've known each other for like a long time, but I don't know like your life in detail.
Yeah.
But I know similarly to me, you were on like a different path that was not productive, and now you are like. And for me, it like happened later in life. You know, it's never too late. Even though I thought I was like, well, my time has passed me by. You know, like I'm fucked.
Yeah. I was tiptoeing on some scary shit.
Yeah.
And like I said, dude, one day it just clicked and I decided this ain't going to be me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do this shit. And I need to do something. I remember like growing up my whole life, I always told everyone I'm going to be famous. I'm going to be famous, which I could give a shit less about fame. But like, I'm going to do something important.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave like a dope ass legacy.
Right.
Or something along those lines. I do not want
do
to
something meaningful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there.
And that's what it takes to get there.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm hard-headed and I'm headstrong and I will not let shit stand in my way. I will burn cities.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel the same way. Like I'm relentless.
Yeah.
Like just tenacious. If I fucking want that shit, I'm going to bug the shit out of whoever it takes. I'm going to fucking, you know, and I was telling Lindsay when we did our podcast together, I was like, she was like, you know, cause I'm like obsessive about it. Like I know I watch everything there is to do with tattooing, every podcast that's about that. Not everyone, but a lot of them, you know, that's all I want to consume, you know? And she's like, it's cool that you're like that. And I'm like, well, I envy people that aren't, you know? Cause sometimes I'm like, I need to chill, you know, but I know in the end it's good.
It is good. I will, just from personal experience, I will say that don't let it burn you, like burn you out.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think where you're at currently is great. You're not in a street shop fucking banging out shit 24/7, working like a slave to, you know.
Stuck in the mud.
Dude,
just
like that shit will burn you the fuck out quick.
I bet.
And so to touch back on like when I was working with Jason, he was getting to do all this shit that he wanted to do. And I remember working there at Texarkana Inc. when John owned it. He wouldn't let me be creative. And I was trying my hardest to like push every ounce of creativity out that I could, but I just couldn't. And like I wanted to try new things. I wanted
like you were being throttled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there.
Like, so for instance, I would be like, yo, let me bring one of my homies in. Let me just do this like crazy piece on him just to show that I can do it, you know? And he wouldn't let me do it. And I felt like I was just being hindered, I guess. And, you know, Jason went on to do his thing and got really great. And, you moved off, and I was like, dude, like, I want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
You see a path.
Yeah.
And you're like, I want to take that path.
I seen Joaquin do it. He left Texarkana, went to Dallas, and just started blossoming. And I was like, I can do that. I know I can do that. I just have to be given that opportunity to do that. And that's like, I was on probation for a couple of years. And after I got off, I was like, I'm fucking gone, dude. I'm not like, I feel like if I was to stay here, I would still be fucking stuck. Maybe in a good path, I don't know, or on a good path, I don't know, but I don't think my creativity would have been able to blossom if I wouldn't have left. And just get like a whole different breed of people coming in instead of the same old people.
Break up the monotony. Yeah. Yeah.
That I think definitely helped me. And just the second shop I ever worked at when I moved to Louisiana, I walked in and I said, look, dude, I want to tattoo what I want to tattoo. And not in like a dickheadish way, but I was like, I moved here so that I can grow. He's like, dude, I don't care what you do as long as you don't fuck anybody up. And I was like,
you're like, huh? Really?
Fuck yeah.
People
dude.
are like that? Yeah.
I was like, bet.
Yeah.
And it was just levels after that.
When did it click for you? Like, I don't know what kind of like style you were doing before you do what you do now, but like, when did you go like, because I know like I'm still struggling with that, is like, what is my thing? I've got an idea. Yeah. Like, I've got an idea, but I don't know ultimately what it's going to look like. But so I'm just kind of like trying little things here and there until I know eventually it's already kind of like starting to focus in. Because like a year ago, well, yeah, exactly. It'll probably totally flip on its head at one point.
Yeah.
But when did it click for you where you're like, this is my shit. This is what I love.
Like, dude, okay, so I've been doing it for around 11 years. And the whole fucking time, I was searching. I was like, I want a style, you know, because I followed all these people on Instagram and they all had a style. I was like, I want that. And I was like, so I was just constantly trying different things until something stuck. And I went from like weird watercolor shit to neo-traditional to new school. And this was all color. I did not fuck with black and gray, period. I was scared of it. I had done a piece on one of my homies one time, a long time ago, and I butchered that shit, black and gray, and I was like, I'm never touching this again. And eventually, I knew in my head I wanted to do color realism. So eventually, when I moved to Louisiana, this girl came in one time, and I was doing neo-traditional at the time. She wanted a rose, and I said, okay, well, we'll schedule you an appointment, blah, blah, blah. She came in for the appointment, and I was like, so you want this in neo-traditional, right? And she's like, no, I want it realism. And I was like, oh, fuck. Shit. Okay, well, this is my chance. Fuck it. I'm going to go for it. And I went for it, and it was okay. It was okay. And so I stuck with color realism for a long time. And we had a guy that worked there. I'm not going to talk about him too much because he did black and gray, and I was the color guy. And he ended up moving, and we just had so many people coming in wanting black and gray. And I was like, dude, I'm losing a lot of money by not doing this shit. I was like, I'm going to give it a shot. I ended up doing like one little thing. I was like, okay, it was okay, you know? And I did a couple more. I was like, this is kind of getting fun. And then I came and did a guest spot at Black Pines. And well, I remember I didn't have anybody booked. And I ended up tattooing Lindsay. And I had done a few black and gray pieces before this, but I was just kind of free balling it, dude. Like, doing what I thought was correct. And Joaquin came and showed me like one thing, and I was like, bruh, what the fuck?
Changed your
Like,
life.
Yeah, I was like, dude, this is cool as shit. And then like what he showed, I'm pretty sure it was like he showed me how to like pendulum shade for the most part. And it turned out good. And then the next day I did another one with a fucking super bug pen 3 liner. And I was like, what the fuck? I've never used this needle ever. Like, and I had to work so slow and monotonous, like, which it was cool and it turned out great. And
it is so tedious.
It is so tedious. And I catch me dead tattooing like that now. But that was when I was like, yo, I'm pretty good at black and gray. And then from there, I just leveled up, getting to do my own thing. And it was all just me taking a swing for it.
Yeah.
And now
it just happened to you.
Yeah, it really did. I would have never in a million years thought I'd be doing black and gray.
But you were actively seeking it out. You just were like,
yeah.
Oh, is it in here? No, that's not it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was trash. I don't like that at all. That's not even fun to do.
With the whole black and gray thing, though, Joaquin opened my eyes to, you know, a whole different technique of doing it. And then I built off of that technique. And like, you know, I've tried like every time he's like, dude, slow down. I can't. My brain, I try so hard and my brain will not let me. And so I have my speed that I go at and I'm pretty quick about it. Like most of the pieces you see me post, like I normally do those in like, we'll say 7 to 10 hours.
Damn.
Yeah, like most of them are like that. There's some like the one I just recently posted, the T-Rex. I think we've done like roughly 15 hours on it over 2 sessions. And dude,
it's fucking massive.
Dude, I fucking love it.
Yeah, it's badass.
It's hands down my favorite tattoo I've done.
It's badass.
And it is massive. And I think I just learned, like, you know, a lot of black and gray artists, they sit there and layer and layer, and like, I don't do that. Like I will on certain things, but like I feel as if I've found that sweet spot to where I know, like, if this is a medium wash, I'm going to straight put medium wash in there and that's it. Or if this is dark, and then I've done it that way.
Right.
And that speeds up my process instead of just layering.
I've seen other guys, that Shine guy, you know, he's very much like that. He's very simple shapes. Like he doesn't get like crazy in the weeds with like all these different mid-tones, and like he's just like this there, and it's very appealing to the eye because he uses a lot of open skin.
Yeah,
like I really like, at first I wasn't sure because it's so stark contrast to what like Quinn does, and Quinn's is like a fucking photograph because he like puts those details in there, and then this guy, he's just doing like the bare minimum, but like I've heard people argue that like that holds up better with time, and like you're creating that contrast. And so that some of the, you know, a lot of the traditional guys will say like, all that detail is just gonna fall out anyway. Like it's, when you see it come back in 5 years, you'll realize you don't have to do all that. And it's like, I don't know, but
I mean, shit, I don't know either.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, we're gonna find out.
I would like to think that nowadays the stuff that I'm doing is gonna stand the test of time. I do use a lot of heavy black.
Yeah, you do. I like that.
I do.
I try to do that.
I've tried to do. Okay, I had this problem of wanting to like emulate everything I saw. Like I would see Joaquin do something, and I would want to do it exactly like Joaquin, and I would get mad when I couldn't do it, or I'd get frustrated. Or I'd see this other guy.
Because who the fuck can do it?
Yeah. Like, or I'd see this other guy on Instagram, you know, do some third shit, and I'm like, okay, I want to tattoo just like that. And then I had this like epiphany one day. I was like, dude, I don't have to tattoo like any of these motherfuckers. I can tattoo how I tattoo, and it's my thing.
Yeah.
you know? And so I've managed to, I feel like, do a blend of like contrasted stuff that is very detailed. So it's not like Quinn, it's not like, you know, so and so, it's not like whoever. Like, it's my own thing, and I fuck with it.
Yeah.
And
That's the mission.
yeah.
You know, like that's where I'm at. I'm like, I want to, obviously I'm still like beating in the fundamentals, but I've learned so much. Like I'm so fucking like lucky to end it up at, but like you were talking about earlier, I'd stop at nothing, bro. That was my fucking, I'll never forget. It was me and Lindsay were still at Texarkana Inc. and I saw Joaquin post that he was opening a shop, and immediately I went, I need to be there. Like, and in my head, yeah, I don't know if you do this, but I just daydream like me
All
there,
the time.
and I'm like, I'm gonna be there. You know, kind of like you were talking about with Texarkana Inc. Like, I have arrived. You know, but like, so that was my mission, was like get good enough that Joaquin goes, all right, yeah, come on,
Yeah.
you know. As you know, other people at shops I worked at might hear that and be like, you motherfucker, but like, whatever, dude. That was my path. I knew that's what I needed to do.
It is what it is, really.
Yeah.
I figured we'd touch on like drama.
Yeah, let's do it. I ain't scared.
No, like I don't like drama. I don't like being in drama, but I hear.
Yeah. Well, I had a question about that for you. So I was going to say, like, what is the deal? I feel like the tattoo community is very supportive of one another, like on a large scale. Like you see a lot of people doing collaborations and you know, maybe they're clicking up, but at least there's clicks, you know, they're not like, fuck that guy over there. That's a very old school mentality. Yeah. This town still has that old school, fuck them over there, they suck. That's not real tattoos.
It's not Texarkana overall. Like, it's East Texas overall. And this, like, I have friends from here, Longview, Tyler, Dallas, like all around this area. And of course I live in Louisiana. Dude, the drama that comes out of fucking East Texas is unreal. I see it at every convention. People, I don't know why, people just love telling me shit all the time.
Yeah, I feel the same. Yeah, and it's like,
so I hear
they trust me with. Yeah,
I know it before the people in town know it. Like,
and I don't go. I like being the holder of. You know what I mean? I don't go like, you know what he said.
Yeah.
I just then he talks shit about him, and I'm like, damn. Well, he was just talking shit.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know. It's something in East Texas water. Dude.
I believe
everybody here is so fucking mean to each other, and
crabs in a bucket,
bro. Because like usually when I come to town, like I've worked at almost every shop here, so like I like to go and I say what's up to everybody, you know, whatever. And dude, I just hear shit, and I'm like, man, you know, it's that same. And don't get me wrong, like I fuck with everybody here, for the most part, anyway.
Right.
Like, we might not be best friends or anything, but like we're cool. It's that same kind of mentality that when I was coming up, when I would post something on Facebook, and dude, the old head tattooers around here, like the people that had been in it for already like 10 years, were like, you fucking suck, you're trash, you need to quit, like da 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 da. Like at that time, I was like, man, fuck, dude. Like, these motherfuckers eat me alive. But in my head, I'm like, I'm just going to use it as fire to fucking...
I'm going to show you.
Just fucking wait, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've had a couple of them, you know, come back and apologize and be like, dude, you know, I was wrong. I was like, you know, we're cool. Like, I don't have any ill will against anybody or anything like that. I try to remain cool with everybody, but I think it's still that same mindset that has everybody in East Texas fucking blah, 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 blah. Like, bro, just shut the fuck up. Help each other. Fucking learn from each other. Yeah. If anything. Like, not everybody's going to be willing to do that.
Right. And everybody you don't need to learn from. But for the most part, like, so it's that mentality of like, if he's got if he's got the sauce, then that means I don't. It's like, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Like, and because like so many of us do our own thing. So like, what somebody's coming to you for, they wouldn't come to me for anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's no skin off my back. It's no, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't know. I kind of, honestly, I probably took like Joe Rogan's like that with the comedy scene. Like he talks about that. Everybody was like, fuck that guy. Don't fuck with him.
Yeah.
And he's just like, he lifts people up and like, you know, they're very supportive of each other. I've tried to, since I got into tattooing, even though I was coached from the beginning, like, fuck them. You don't ever talk to them. And I just knew like, nah, that ain't it. Like, nah, I need to be friends with everybody. I need to.
Dude, because you never know. You
Nope.
really, like, and I'm not saying this as in like a using type of way, but like you never know. You tomorrow could come into work and just fired.
Yeah.
Oh, but you talk shit about everybody in this
Yep.
motherfucker. Nobody's gonna want to hire you.
You're on an island, bitch.
Yeah.
You burnt all the
Yeah.
bridges off that
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Like, in this job, we're lucky enough that we can really, like, if you wanted to up and move to fucking Morrow to fucking Hawaii,
Yeah.
you could.
Yeah.
And have a job like that.
Yeah.
You know? So why not just be friends with everybody?
Yeah.
You ain't got to be friends with them, but be cordial.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
There's no reason to shit on them or like
There's-
hate on them or be envious or.
there's really not. And like, I have, I'm gonna talk my shit. I don't care. I think this was last year. I had a friend of mine open up a shop here in town. We weren't like homies or anything like that, but I'd worked with him previously. I thought he was super cool dude, you know. I went to, you know, say what's up, check out his shop. So I did. And I walk in, and I notice it's like a bunch of the little homies that I'd low-key been like apprenticing on Facebook, like through messages and shit, like trying to help them out whatever way I could instead of shitting on them.
Right.
And I was like, yo, like, I'm cool with all you guys. Like, so-and-so, you should let me come do a little seminar, show them a little thing or two.
They need it.
Yeah. Like, it's going to help you in the end, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I ended up meeting this kid named Caleb. Caleb, he reminded me a lot of myself, like, back then. Tiptoeing on a path, but was hungry, was fucking hungry. And I was like, dude, I remember I went in there, I did like a skull like this big on somebody's leg, and he was like, you know what, bro, I think I could do that. And I was like, you can try.
Get after it.
You know, you can try. I mean, low key in my head, I was like, you little cocky bastard. But I was like, I probably would have said the same shit back then. So like, I stayed in contact with him, and I was, you know, teach him shit over Facebook and this and that. And he was like, dude, I want more. I want more. I want more. I was like, well, then you're going to have to get the fuck out of there. Honestly. Like, you know, I don't want to do that to the homie, but if you want more,
It is what it is.
It is what it is, dude. And the turnover rate for artists, especially in small towns, is fucking astronomical. So you should expect that anyway. And why would you not want your people to fucking blossom?
Yeah.
I think that is the biggest crock of shit that I've ever seen. I would never want, like, if I owned a shop and say you worked there and you had a chance to go work with so-and-so, that's going to build you. Why would I be like, nah, fuck that?
Yeah.
That's shitty.
Yeah, because it's your own selfish needs that is like whole. But also, yeah, well, I've experienced this firsthand, you know, and I was as respectful as I could be about it, you know, like I genuinely liked where I was. It was just very obvious to not only me, but probably to them that like, wow, this is a much better opportunity for me. And so, like, what am I supposed to do? Fuck myself, my career, my family out of that opportunity because I thought we were boys. It's like, well, we are. And, like, I made that clear, too. But I think I know the shop you're talking about.
Probably.
Did that spill over into Facebook?
Probably. I don't know.
Is-
I got blocked.
Okay. Something. So I used to follow somebody. I don't anymore. Because after that, I was like, man, actually, I showed it to Quinn, and I was like, well, who the fuck is he? Because I thought it was like shots fired at Lindsay, or because it said something like newcomer, Johnny come lately, thinks they're the shit and overcharging people. Okay. All right. So yeah.
Yeah.
But see, I didn't see what like transpired into that, so I didn't know who it was about. But dude, Quinn's he's such a good mentor, because he's just like in all aspects of the career, because he was just like, why do you even follow that person?
Yeah.
And I was like, I have no idea. Like, I just was really like, fuck, there's no good reason.
So, okay, when that happened, and I was coming to town periodically just to say what's up and shit.
Yeah.
And every time I'd come over there, like he would make these remarks, and you could tell they were like jealous remarks.
Yeah.
Like, oh, every time Jlynn comes to town, everyone wants to just get on their knees and suck his dick, like like
biker shit.
like, dude, I could teach you a thing or two.
Yeah.
Like, if
Probably several things.
And so Caleb, for instance, kept hitting me up, and I was like,
So he worked there?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
yeah. And dude, he went from out of the house like I was to in a shop, thrown to the wolves.
Yeah.
And I have a soft spot for people like that. I don't want to see people fucked.
Yeah.
I don't. Like, that's not fair to anybody. And so I had another lady hit me up and was like, yo, do you know anybody that is looking for a job, tattooer? And I was like, matter of fact, I do. And it's a heavy walk-in shop. Like, this is your chance to learn some shit, to at least get some revenue and some practice.
Yeah.
And so I got him over there, and he ended up getting everybody else over there. So like the whole shop left. It was a butterfly effect. My bad. I didn't expect that, you know. But I ended up getting blocked after that, and a lot of shit talked about me. But whatever. Like, dude, I've grinded hard as fuck for where I'm at to charge what I do. I'm not even the most expensive. Like,
well, it sparks a really interesting conversation. I talk about it all the time, because there is like this old school mentality of like, no tattoo should cost that much. It's like, that's not fair that Ferrari costs more than my fucking Prius. Like, this is bullshit. It's just a car. It's like, nah, it's a totally different car, actually.
Yeah.
It's got a different engine, looks cooler, fucking rides better. Like, but it's so weird that someone who spent so much time in the industry would have an opinion like that.
it's because they can't charge
Exactly. They could never imagine charging that for their, but at the same time, they could never imagine putting in the effort or the like care into something to make it worth that much.
Yeah, you make it a whole experience.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be charging what I charge if I was just, getting people in.
Yeah.
All right, get on out.
Right.
Bye. See you
Exactly.
later. But it's not like these people come from all around. They come and they're spending the entire day with me. I'm normally, like, when I tattoo, I'm fairly quiet. Unless we vibe real hard, then I'll start fucking rambling.
Yeah.
Like I do all these fucking podcasts. But like, normally I'm fairly quiet though, but you get like a good experience. It's a clean shop, good music, TV if you want it, nice fucking chair, snacks, whatever the fuck you want. Like, it's there for you. And you're getting a solid, dope ass piece. So, yeah, I can charge what I want.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, your clients name your price.
Yeah.
If they're willing to pay it, you must be fucking worth it.
Exactly.
Or they wouldn't fucking pay it. Yeah, and all tattoos are not created equal, Like, that's ridiculous because I've heard it said from motherfuckers' mouths, like, I could do that in 3 hours. Like, not that. Not that.
Dude.
You could do also a lion, but not that lion.
Oh.
It's physically impossible.
I've over the past couple of days, my Facebook and my Instagram's like engagement in general has been like shit. So like I've been trying to think of ways to just, like muster up some engagement. And I've done this once before where I posted a tattoo. This was back when I did color. I posted this. It was the most awful tattoo of a rose. And like I posted one of my roses and I was like $20 for this one, $400 for this one or whatever. And the amount of bullshit comments I got on there saying that they would happily wear that $20 rose was disgusting. Like, bro, are y'all fucking blind? Like, for real?
Yeah.
So now that I do the work, I'm at the level that I'm at now, I've thought about doing it again. And I think it was yesterday I posted a status talking about how much should a sleeve cost just to gather some engagement and to kind of pick the general public's brain on what they think. And, and
because it is totally different from the way we see it.
Dude, like if you look on there, like when you post a status that gets quite a bit of engagement, you'll get like the AI thing that tells you like the summary of what's going on in this chat. And it was like black and gray sleeves should cost anywhere from $1,000 to $20,000. And bro, what? That's two opposite ends of the spectrum. Like,
so that means nobody has any fucking idea.
No. Like
which is kind of like, it really is a spectrum like that though. And like who did it, first of all? Like who done it?
Also, like I'll post stuff like that to not necessarily to get a rise out of people, but like to help educate people that don't fucking know. Because there's people out there, talking, oh, well, I think a sleeve should cost $1,000. I mean, yeah, I'm sure you could go find one for $1,000. Yeah. I ain't stopping you, but whatever, But like, you'll see people in there that are like, oh, it should be $15,000 or whatever. And enough of those people say that, and these other people see it, and they're like, oh, maybe what old boy said was wrong.
Yep. Yeah. Because they have been misled by shit tattoo artists.
Yeah, absolutely. And
oh my God, how many times do you hear people say stuff like, the last guy tattooed me told my skin just doesn't hold yellow well. And it's like,
dude,
nope, it sure didn't. It's not because of your skin though. It's because it was not put in there properly.
God, Jesus Christ. I
think I'm allergic to red because this tattoo looks like shit. Or it was terribly done, sir.
Now, oh my God, dude, there's so many uneducated people on this topic.
Yeah.
And I do try to educate people sometimes, whenever I can. Mm-hmm. Just because even if you're not getting tattooed by me, I don't want to see people get fucked.
No, I don't. I genuinely, when people come in and they're like, I want to cover this, I feel genuinely bad. I'm like, fuck, especially when it's one that's like, dude, I don't know what we can do. Like, I'm actually working on one right now where I'm packing skin tone over, because I mean, dude, it's gone. Like, and we're gonna do a fairly dark piece, but like it's experimental. And I told him, I was like, dude, this is fucking experimental. Not a lot of people are doing this right now. Like, it's kind of new. But I was like, it's probably gonna take 2, maybe 3 sessions of packing this shit on there. But at least we can get it light enough that we'll have more of a,
open end design,
something to work with. Yeah, because right now you've got this like wolf, but it's actually a big black blob on your arm, a cover up of a cover up.
See, and so nowadays, like, dude, that's the number one question that I get asked is, do you do cover ups? And I don't. I try not to.
Yeah.
Like, I won't do a cover up unless I know for a fact I can make it look like a brand new fucking tattoo.
Yeah.
And some stuff, smaller stuff, like will come in and I'm like, look, dude, go get it lasered. I'm telling you right now, just go get it lasered.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Don't do this to yourself.
It's fairly inexpensive, and I don't want you walking around with something that looks like a cover up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that on my name.
It sucks.
I don't want that on you. And
they're not
like,
fun to do. The whole thing is a challenge. You're like, fuck, I wish this wasn't here.
Even if it was 3 shades lighter, I could do so much more with it, and it wouldn't be as hard to do. And, you know, some people will just be like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's cover it. And then you end up with some bullshit.
Yeah.
Like,
yep.
Dude.
That old school, don't let money walk.
Dude, fuck
hell no. If you let him walk out of here,
yeah.
he's going to go down the street and somebody's going to do it. And
money,
it's like, well, that can be on their
money's
conscience.
Dope. Like, and, you know, but I'd much rather do dope ass work.
Well, okay. So you make that quick little 500, you know? Okay. Now you've got a fucking shit tattoo out there and someone's going to go, who the fuck did that?
Yep.
And they're, oh, so-and-so. And so you just lost that next 500. So did it pay off in the end? No, there's a lot of old school stuff. People complain all the time. I like traditional stuff. I like the old school shit. I like vintage stuff. I like to hear the history of it. But I like the cool parts of it.
Yeah.
Some of the shit that's getting laid to rest that people are bitching about, no, it deserves to be in the fucking grave. Like, you know, like we shouldn't do everything that everyone ever did.
Yeah.
Obviously, look back in the history book.
Yeah.
There's a lot of uncool shit that was done, you know? You know, some traditions don't need to carry on. Some, like, if you choose to, yeah, that's cool. Like, you still have flash all over the walls. That's dope.
Yeah.
There's a place in this world for that.
Yep.
There's people who want to shop like that. But this idea that, like, because you heard it when Quinn opened Black Pines, you know, other tattooers be like, it's all it looks like a gallery. It's fucking all fancy. And it's like, cool. A lot of people love it.
Yeah.
We get so many compliments on, like, oh my God, it's just so nice and clean in here, you know? And that's the stuff that really matters, you know? Like you were saying earlier, like you're providing an experience. Yep. Like every shop shouldn't look like the next shop. Is everyone the same? Is everyone a cookie cutter shade of fucking gray? No.
They would like to make it that way, though.
Yeah. Yeah, then there's no competition. Damn, their shit's doper than mine. Fuck. No, you should have the same setup as me so that they can't tell us apart.
Yeah.
We should charge the same for a sleeve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's what I think, you know, once again, people complain about, like, the nuances, like, what tattooing is becoming very mainstream, but it's getting fucking more and more dope to me. Like,
yeah,
obviously there's negative parts to it too, but
yeah, I have a, so when I came up, I've been doing it for like 11 years. I was at that weird, like, cusp of where it was starting to change.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do have like some gatekeeper like mentality in there, but I don't even know how to put this. I do think that the industry is a bit oversaturated, but it's certain shops that are doing it, you know, the apprentice mills. Mm-hmm. And I think that's fucked up. Because
it's not fair to the apprentices. It's not fair to the, you know, the community. They're fixing to get some shitty tattoos because they're never going to get taught correctly.
Dude, there's some in my town now that, dude, since, God, I don't know, in the past year, they've already put out like 10 apprentices.
Oh my God.
Like fucking, and some of those apprentices have already opened shops. And it's like, bro, what the fuck are y'all doing?
And what did that benefit you? Well, I guess you got your quick little $3,000. Once again, back to the, okay, the money's cool right now.
Yeah.
It's going to take money out of your wallet down the road.
Dude, I don't get it. I don't get it. And see, it's certain things kind of like that I kind of want to gatekeep about.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like teaching somebody or showing them the ropes or what, I don't mind doing that.
Yeah.
I want everyone to be as good as I am. like, I'm not a god or anything, but like, at least be at my level. I want competition. I want all the fucking smoke there is, because that's just in turn going to make me better.
Yeah.
Because
Everybody will push each other.
Yeah. And that's what I strive for, is everybody pushing each other. And I think we'd all be fucking super dope artists.
Exactly.
If, that would happen.
And the ones who ain't got it, they won't have it.
Yeah.
And that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Like, there are certain things that I joke a lot about, like scratchers and shit, but like, I know a lot of people start at home, but they eventually find their way into a shop. There is a pipeline for a reason. That is the best way to get someone to, first of all, be clean, to know proper techniques, and once again, like, so you're not seeing a bunch of fucked up tattoos in the world.
Yeah. With scratchers, I hate them. I was one. I can say that.
Yeah.
But so,
but you were driven, and you ended up where you needed to be.
Yeah, and I believe that, like,
it's this bypass the shop thing that I don't fuck with.
Yeah.
Like, why do I have to get in with somebody who knows what they're doing so that I can call myself a tattoo artist?
Yeah.
Well, look at what you're doing. That's why.
This is a made up statistic that I'm about to throw out there, but I feel like 90% of scratchers will never ever make it to, like, where, at least to where I'm at.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them are doing it for the same reasons I did it, which was a semi-legal way to make money.
Yeah.
And there is no drive for it. It's just money, money.
Yeah, it's printing money.
And I made it to where I did because I just have fucking drive. I want to be the best. And I'm going to do what it takes. And if I got to go shop to shop to shop to shop, I could have opened my own shop by now. I don't want that stress. I want to focus on art. So that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine owning a shop.
Dude, fuck.
I was breaking that down to somebody recently. I was like, imagine, we were talking about, like, there's like a standard. People would say you need to be 8 to 10 years in the game before you open your own shop. And I think I was telling, like, Lindsay and Alexis, we might have even been on the podcast, but I was like, imagine like how stressful it is learning tattooing. Now throw on top of that, there's nobody around you to teach you. Throw on top of that, like, this motherfucker won't come into work. Oh, we got to order this shit. Oh, we got a client freaking out in the lobby. Like, dude, it's not efficient for your.
I don't want that stress.
Hell no. Hell no.
Now, I will say that one day I do plan on owning my own shop, but that's going to be when I'm fucking, I'm almost 34. I'm going to say not at least until I'm 40. Like, when I'm kind of tired and old and, like,
you need to make money off.
Yeah.
Well,
like.
And you can focus on teaching.
Yeah, I can focus more on teaching and just building better artists.
Mm-hmm.
And by that time, hopefully, I'll be a lot better than I am now. I'll have a huge platform that I can, do cool shit with, dude, I just genuinely want to be a good person, like, however I can.
Yeah.
And all I know is tattooing, so, like.
Well, that shit kind of pays off. I mean, it's like immediate gratification, where you do all. But we've also lived a life where we didn't do that. So I think we see the, like, perspective shift of, like, well, I know what being a fucking shitbag will get you, And so, like, I lived part of my life that way, and now I'm like, oh, let's try a different route,
Yep.
But I'm like you, like, I really feel bad when there's, like, artists that I know that are in shops they've been tattooing a long time, and I'm just like I don't know what the answer is for them also.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you need to get around some people who know what the fuck they're doing, but they're not going to have you.
Yeah.
And then you're, like, left with this weird dilemma where it's like, well, I probably should quit because I'm like really fucking people up, but it's all I know and it's what I love.
Dude,
I don't know what you should do.
I feel you exactly like 100%. And there's been like, the answer isn't always to move. That does work on some people. It helps.
But there's seminars, there's webinars, there are things you can do.
You can do. But like, for instance, there was artists here that I fucking preached to every day. I was like, bro, you need to move shops. You need to get somewhere where, da 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 is gonna help you, or you'll have freedom, or this and that, and they never did it. And I sat there and I watched them just fucking wither away, and watch them become miserable.
Yep.
And like dude, I feel that.
Yeah.
To like,
there's some talented motherfuckers that have done that. Like, I mean, people that I was looking up to just a few years ago, like, damn, this motherfucker's cold. But like you said, like I watched the like life just get sucked out of them because like, I don't know, they just weren't watering that plant, you know, like you've got something here, go somewhere you can do something with it.
Dude, coming up here in town, there were so many people that I was like, holy shit, dude, like y'all should be in magazines. Like, one magazine's were a thing. Like, and now they're like, I don't mean to talk bad about it, like they're nothing.
Yeah,
like,
they've kind of vanished.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, you could have been a tattoo god.
Yeah,
like I feel like.
Yeah,
and it sucks.
But you gotta fucking put it into it. Put all that effort and work, and like you were saying when we started, like it's a lot on the mind. Like it's very fucking stressful, and I think that probably gets people. They're like, you know what, dude, I can't keep up with this rat race.
Yeah.
I hope I don't get to that point, but I'm sure.
I can only speak for myself, and I know how my brain works. I know how some other people's brains work, but dude, there's gonna be times where you plateau and you are burnt out.
It's time to make a move around, clown. Yeah.
You might switch styles. You might move cities. You might do whatever. You might take it just a simple vacation, but like there will be times where you plateau and like you just don't want to do this shit no more. Yeah, I've been through it a couple of times, and that was just mainly because I was working so much and just pumping shit out that didn't have any significant meaning to me, or like I didn't have fun doing it. Like it became a normal fucking 9 to 5, and I don't want that. I didn't get into this to do that. Like I'm not built for that shit. Like I just want to fucking kick it and do fucking dope ads. Like that's it.
And enjoy it. Yeah. I worry about that sometimes because it's such a grind. Like trying to move up and level up, and that like I'm just always so submerged in it that I'm worried that I guess that I'll burn out, that I'll like just, but I truly love it, so I know I won't like, but every artist is gonna come to those like crossroads. It's very well, that's why I think like podcasts like this are important, because like now other people who are starting out, or maybe they've been tattooing a long time, they hear you say like he's been doing it 11 years and he has those moments. Okay, well it's not just me. But I hear like people I fucking look up to. Joaquin's been open about it. Like he hits points where he's like, all right, fuck, what now? Like, because he's just, you get to a certain point where you're like, okay, I've done it all. I'm in the rooms with the best motherfuckers on the planet. Like, and that's what I take a lot of motivation from him, because he's at a point where he could just be like, I made it, bitch. Yeah. I'm fucking there. Like people wish they could be as good as me, but he strives to like, nope. You gotta keep What's the next thing? Like where can I improve? What can I do differently?
Bro, it's one of them. I'm going to do this shit, and I'm going to continue to climb this ladder until I run out of steps and I can't fucking move my hands no more. Like I don't have fucking insurance. I ain't got none of that shit. Like, so like, all right, so I still grind. I don't do the whole fucking 12 to 12 every day thing anymore. But like, because I am getting old, I've put a shit ton of stress on my body over the years, not just from tattooing, from skateboarding and rollerblading. And like, it's one of them things that I wish I would have probably listened to people back then. It's like, you're going to regret that one day.
Yeah.
Because now
I feel fine.
now I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
And like, so me personally, I've knocked it down, and luckily I've got to this point to where I can only do 3 tattoos a week, you know, and still make a living and still be able to afford, you know, to, like my kid to eat, you know, a car and a house and all this. And, but I'm telling, after them 3 days tops, dude, I'm fucking dead. Like, I'll go home and I still have to strive though. Like, it's either I'm designing shit for my upcoming appointments or I'm doing some sort of art, whether it be charcoal or weird acrylic shit. Like, I'm doing something that is like, I'm using my brain as much as I can. And I think that helps for sure. I'm gonna keep doing it though until I can't, because I have nothing else.
That scares the fuck out of me. I hear so many like veteran tattoo artists on podcasts talk about like the inevitable mortality of like this career, you know, like it's going to get to a point where you're fucking, dude, I'm only 3 years in and my hands are like, God damn, this shit's sore today, you know? Like yesterday I put in a long day and my fucking shoulder, like my shoulder, I didn't even realize I used my fucking shoulder, but yeah, all this shit, like, so I'm just like, man, I need to have some shit set in place where there's no retirement built into a tattoo career.
See, and that's another thing that I'm trying to kind of branch into also, is because since there is no retirement, I'm stacking my paper, putting it to this, what I can to the side, and for like a little comfort. And then I've constantly been searching for a backup plan.
Yeah. And or even side investments, like that's where I'm at. I'm like trying to like
that
diversify.
I'm trying to like pop off in just like normal art, and which, God, that's a fucking field right there to me. But, like, something that if for when I do get old and decrepit and I can't do shit, I can still like paint or something, you know?
My granny just painting her little landscape.
Like, and I can use that to live off of if I have a big enough name, you know? So I'm going to do whatever I can to make it. And I just hope to
well, that's
works.
that. You know what's crazy is so many people end up in tattooing with that hustler spirit. That's one of the things that drew me to it. I was like, oh, bitch, I was made for this. I already do this. Like, you know, it used to be with like things that are illegal, but now like it's a way I can channel that energy, you know, and it's all I know. It's, you know, it's just, I've always been, and it's a lot of rebellious people, a lot of like, fuck a 9 to 5. Like, I'm not finna pretend to be some like lame fucking square just to appease my boss, you know, like.
No. Dude, I have a problem with authority.
Oh, me too.
Dude,
look at my record.
I don't like being told what the fuck to do. In that sense, anyway. Dude, I dropped out of high school. I was like, fuck school. I'm gonna be a rapper, dog. And I was for a little bit, and it was fun while it lasted. But like, I knew that wasn't gonna be the end all. So I had to find a backup plan, and I feel like there will always be some type of backup plan you got to find, especially in this field. But honestly, I live day by day and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Hopefully one day I just pop off so hard that like I can do a tattoo a month and live off that.
Yeah.
And so if I am old as fuck, I can just be like, all right, well, you know, it's that time of the month. I got to do my little banger. $5,000.
Make this quick. Yeah. Yeah. Like Ed Hardy status. Dude, like somebody just drops a bag on you for your art. Like, We want to put you on fucking really corny clothing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm tired of tattooing.
I just bought an Ed Hardy shirt.
Bro, I love it's coming back. Dude, I'm covered in Ed Hardy. That's Ed Hardy Flash. That's Ed Hardy Flash. Bro, yeah, I'm fucking covered in it. I love them.
I was at TJ Maxx, and I don't know. I forget what I was looking for. No, something black. But I seen this black shirt, and it's like a button-up shirt. Normally, I don't wear button-up shirts or anything, and I seen pink on it. I was like, ugh. But I looked at it anyway, and I was like, that's ugly as fuck, but it's kind of dope at the same time. I put it on.
Is that the Flames one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick. Bro, it's so funny that you were wearing that. The night before that, me and Lindsay went to the mall in Longview, just looking around, and Zoomies has Ed Hardy, a whole Ed Hardy kiosk thing. And I was like, fuck yeah, they're bringing it back. Hell yeah. And then you were wearing that shirt, and I was like, damn, he's already on it.
Dude, I didn't even know it was Ed Hardy when I put it on. And then I looked at my son, and I was like, what do you think? This is pretty dope. I can pull this off. He was like, yeah. And I was like,
rock
you know
it.
what, fuck it, I'm buying it. And then I turned it around, and it was like Ed Hardy tattoo, something. And I was like, even cooler.
Yeah. Very fitting. Yeah, that's one of my heroes, man. That's like OG status. I love, and it's funny because like in high school when the shit was huge, there was like, you'd hear like, yeah, Ed Hardy's a tattoo artist. And I'm like, okay. All right. And now I'm just like, oh man, he's God, you know? Dude. Well, so I've done it on one of the podcasts, but like what I really want to do toward the end of the podcast is like look at really shitty tattoos and fucking comment on them. Okay. I figured out now I'm getting better with the editing. Okay. So like I have the screen for us to look at, but I have a way in editing I can like put it into the video so they have better quality of what the fuck we're looking at. Let's see. This is one I wanted to show you just because I feel like you could. I feel like you could relate. But Jelly Roll apparently spoke on. I love that Fox News is reporting on tattoos. But Jelly Roll was talking about getting infections from getting jailhouse tats and getting tatted at people's house. Did you ever see that he did a speech? Did you see Theo Vaughn's like he was like imitating Jelly Roll in his speeches? But Jelly Roll like did a speech and he was like, or no, I guess he was in an interview and he was like, find a badass tattoo artist and fucking spend as much money as they charge and get badass tattoos because he's covered in garbage, you know? Yeah. And I was like, damn, that's some real ass shit. Yeah. Like,
dude, I feel like most of Hollywood's covered in trash tattoos.
It's insane, right? When is that trend going to stop? Well, no, it's starting to stop. It's becoming with the whole Ganga thing.
Yeah, dude.
What we got to just because it came up that was like organically too. What's your opinion on the what's it called, anesthesia tattooing?
I kind of have like a love-hate with it. Like, I think it's kind of stupid, but it's kind of cool at the same time.
Yeah, it's crazy a back piece being done in one day.
That's fucking insane. Like, I personally wouldn't want my shit done that way, and it's not because I want to feel the pain or anything.
I want to earn it.
Yeah. Like, dude, I couldn't imagine healing that. Like having to fucking like walk around all stiff and shit. Like, I remember when I got my throat done, and I was like, I felt like I had a neck brace on for like fucking 2 weeks.
Your back's just Sanodermed. You're like wearing a Sanoderm shirt. Imagine getting your front and back done. And you're just like,
there's no fucking way.
You got an Ed Hardy Sanoderm t-shirt.
Bro, I had to like sleep on my stomach and shit all weird. And like, there's no way. There's no way. But I mean, if you got it like that and you can do that, fucking go for it.
Yeah, you're just trying to flex.
Dude, but it ain't for me. It is not for me.
No, but I bet those guys doing them like the money.
Oh, fuck.
they're probably like, this is stupid as fuck, but I love this paycheck.
If I got asked to do it, I would do, like to tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I probably would. Yeah. Right. I can't. I mean, how much are we talking?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, if I'm gonna sell my soul, it's gonna be for some money. You know. Look at this shit. This is like I feel like they were inspired by Rimber.
I can see that. I can see that for sure.
What I love about these, I follow so many scratchers on Instagram, and it's my favorite part of Instagram because I love how they flex their shit. Like, I love the confidence. I need to inherit some of that confidence because they just be doing the most terrible tattoos you've ever seen, and they're like, they'll play like a little baby song to it, and they're like, yeah, fuck with your boy. It's like, God. That nose is fucked. She looks like she got punched in the nose.
Look at the lips though.
Do you remember you went to Arkansas High, didn't you? You remember? He was this dude that had a flat nose. He always got so much shit for. I mean, that motherfucker. He was like breathing out the side of his nose. It was
awful.
so flat, but that looks like him
Like a
a
pug.
little bit. Check out Homeboy. Interpretive painting, dance painting.
That shit's dumb.
Is he gonna play? Look at this. I'm gonna start tattooing. I'm gonna start tattooing like this. With every stroke, it's very meaningful. Oh my God, look at his leg. This dude is tripping on fucking mushrooms or something.
Secretly, that's how I paint.
Yeah,
I'll be in my house doing that shit. My cat's like, bro, get the fuck out of here.
feed me, bitch. Fucking weirdo. I think I already showed Lindsay this one. Oh, this guy wanted some advice. Or maybe he's making a statement he's getting better at tattooing. But what do you think? Ah, they pulled it.
Unfortunate.
This happens a lot, actually, with these. I don't blame them for pulling it. Like, we don't need people seeing this shit. Oh, this one's great, dude.
Oh my God.
That's a statement, bro.
Bro.
Did this come from Paul? Sorry. All right. Jamie, cut that. Bleep that out. Nah, fuck it. Leave it in there.
Dude, that's... Why do they got a hashtag creative barber? Go back to cutting hair. Barber skills?
Bro, this is like...
Oh my God.
Oh, have you seen this trend of women who are like estheticians who are now tattoo artists? And you know who you are, and I'm not cutting that either.
Dude, don't get me fucking
Bro,
started.
that shit, it infuriates me.
Dude,
like, it makes me mad. I'm like, this ain't, there's no way they're licensed.
Dude,
there's no fucking way.
They're not. They can't, like, you can't go and get your little 3-day, like, esthetician, I do eyebrows license or whatever. You pay $5,000 for it or whatever, and then turn around and start doing tattoos. Like, no.
I do shitty eyeliner and I do Indian headdresses.
Like, there is so many in Shreveport, Bossier.
Yeah.
Dude, and it's like every day a new one pops up.
Mm.
And it's like...
There's a couple of them here. There's a girl in mod. Whoever you are, stop now.
That shit, like, that's another thing I gatekeep. Like, you didn't go through an apprenticeship.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't go through one either, but, like, dude.
Yeah, but you still came up through shops.
Yeah, like, you need that structure because tattooing an eyebrow and tattooing a tattoo is not the same fucking thing.
Yeah, you ain't even good at the eyebrows, bitch. Like,
Yeah.
that bitch's mascara is fucked up.
Bruh.
And you're over here trying to do a fucking fine line infinity tat.
Or the people with the confidence to do, like, that don't know what they're doing and just go straight into shit like that. Like,
That's insane.
Like, you shouldn't even have attempted that. I got homies.
I want that on a t-shirt.
That is awful. I have homies that I know personally that attempt things they should not be fucking attempting. And I'll tell them, like, bruh, the fuck are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
Go back.
Yeah.
Go back. You want this bad enough? Go back to doing script.
Yeah.
Like, go back to doing whatever the fuck. That's not that.
Yeah.
You are swinging way out of your league.
Yeah, there's no chance you did a tattoo before this and you were like, I think I'm ready for the baby headdress, raccoon headdress. That's a fucking raccoon, bro. I'm sure it's supposed to be a bear, but that's a raccoon.
Oh, man.
I love that. I really do want a t-shirt. Damn, that's the next thing. I'm going to start a t-shirt company that's just like bad tattoo t-shirt.
Just horribly done tattoos.
I don't even know why I put these on here, but they're fucking so funny. I mean, they pulled that one too. All right, there's another one for sure because I saved a bunch of them. And it kind of touches on what we were talking. Oh wait, here's a scratcher sleeve. What does that mean? I love the titles I save. Oh yeah, that's that fucking. That's that fucking Quail Creek special right there, bro. That came out the.
Boy, God.
I think it's supposed to be a video, but it's not.
I got some of that shit on my chest.
Shit, what you mean? That College Hill. I love this. This is like next level reveal shit. Motherfucker. They don't want us to see any of the good shit. Or bad shit. Okay. Well, you mentioned being a rapper at one time. I want to show you this guy. He goes hard. Okay. Hold on. Let's make sure that.
Since day one, I knew she was the one. The way when I'm feeling down, she turns that shit upside down. I get a big smile on my face, make me feel like a kid again. And she throws that shit in my face, and I eat it up like a pie. Damn, got me feeling like a kid again. When I was born to win, she put me in first place. Said I could never be replaced. I ain't never gonna make no mistake with this one, cause I love this one. It ain't never gonna end. This shit ain't never gonna end again. Cause we both born to win.
Oh my.
Bars. Bro, how much meth did he smoke before he hit that fucking burst?
Dude, I feel like he's from Texarkana.
Yeah, he lives in Falk, actually.
Yeah.
Sorry, Falk. You know that's your guy. You know that's your neighbor.
Oh my God.
Down the road at the trailer park.
Yep. Oh God.
Did I just try that? Oh yeah.
That's
bro, there's a lot of bad lip fillers on Instagram. Bro, this is probably the same chick that's doing the eyebrows and the tattoos. She's in mod fucking shooting people's lips full of like, dude. What's that stuff? Fix-A-Flat? That's what they shot some of that green slime shit in her face, bro.
Dude.
I love this girl. This is the leader of the Hot Cheeto girls. She's like the boss Hot Cheeto girl. Come on, video, play. Come on, play, bitch.
You know, different strokes for different folks.
Bro, like she could fly with the motherfucking eyelashes, bro. Damn, I really wanted to look at it because she's all serious looking. She's just like she looks bad or something. And she looks bad.
Like, you know, I get it to a certain extent.
Yeah, people get carried away.
People do get carried away. It becomes an addiction.
Yep.
And I for instance, I think I started gauging my ears when I was 18. And I remember my friends telling me, they were like, where do you plan on stopping at? And I was like, oh, like a 0. And they were like, it's not going to happen. I was like, I don't want giant fucking holes in my ears. At that time I didn't. I got to 0. Game over.
It's not enough.
Yeah, we're going big.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting to an inch. And before my fucking right ear blew the fuck out.
Oh.
Like, so bad that it's like, it's hanging on by like a thread.
Oh, shit.
So, like, if I could have probably kept going bigger, I probably would have. So I get it, you know, to an extent.
Yeah.
Like, at some point you have to look in the mirror and be like, yo, maybe I should stop doing this shit.
Yeah. There's got to be a point long before you look like this that you're like, all right, I think we hit the threshold. I think I'm good now.
You see it in Hollywood a lot too, with like all kind of like cheek,
all the crazy shit. They look like a fucking mutant,
bro.
Yeah, I don't know how you get that far in. You know, like it had to get scary long before you became the monster. You know, like I'm starting to look kind of weird.
Like, how do you like, especially for somebody that was like attractive before?
Yeah.
Like, how do you do this to yourself, and then you go back and look at old photos of you and be like, yeah,
It's some kind of dysmorphia.
It has to be. And it's like, I have body dysmorphia. I think a lot of things about myself all the time, and horrible things. And that's something I don't know how much longer you want to do this, but that's a whole nother topic that I feel that tattooers need to know. And that's take care of your fucking self.
Yeah.
Like, we eat like shit and we sit down all day.
Mm-hmm.
You need to find time for exercise of some sort, at least once a day or something.
Yeah.
Because when I moved to Shreveport, dude, I was 135 pounds soaking wet. People thought I was always like a hardcore drug addict because I was so skinny, but it was because I literally skated all day, every day, and I would eat like once. Like, I would eat a burrito and be like, I'm good, let's go. And skating in Texas heat all day, every day.
Yeah.
Of course, I was skinny as shit. And then when I moved to Shreveport, I got with this girl. I was super depressed. Dude, the fucking tubs of Bluebell, I was eating every single day. A whole one. Like, every day. It was like my
new the ham.
Bro. And I love ice cream, so like that's just
So you were like the guy on like a movie where like my girlfriend broke up.
Yeah.
And you're just like fucking ice cream.
Yeah. Dude, I was eating
Little
my
Debbie's.
fucking emotions, bro.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's a real thing.
I ended up gaining, I went from 135 to 190. And it
Damn.
happened so quick, and it didn't help that COVID happened, and I was bored, so I was bored eating on top of eating my feelings. Like all this stuff happened, and it was like the next thing I knew, I felt like a fucking whale.
Yeah.
Like, even though like 190 is like pretty average for my age and height,
But for your
from what
You were.
it was such a drastic change. Like, I think it really fucked me up, emotional or something in there, where like I saw myself in a picture that my girlfriend took of me, and she was like, "Oh, you're so cute." And I was like, "Let me see." And I looked at it and I was like, "Who the fuck is that?"
I have photos like that. All right.
Like,
Yeah, I've got a few like different ends of the spectrum where it's like I was like got real big, and then there was when I was like using and I was like fucking eyes dark. Like, I hate those photos of myself. I'm like, trash that.
Yeah.
Facebook, please get rid of it.
dude, like, and it's so weird to me because, of course, everybody sees each other differently. Like, people would see me after I gained all this weight and be like, "Oh, you put on a lot of weight. You look good." Bitch, where? Like, no, I look crazy. Like, this is not me. And I remember when I saw that picture, immediately I was like, this is not gonna happen. Because when I moved to Shreveport, I quit skating. I quit doing everything. I didn't have friends. I still don't have friends. Like, I'm strictly fucking tattooing, taking care of my kid and my girlfriend. That's it. And I was like, no, this shit's got to change now. Started jiu-jitsu. Dropped down to 160 at my lowest. And I think that was a good.
You trained at Wayne's place, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I want to get into it.
it's so fun.
I know it is. I'm genuinely like worried of like injuring myself, and like, fuck, dude, I can't make money with.
That's why I quit. I had two instances that made me quit was one day I was rolling, and especially with Wayne, like, dude, he is more competition driven, and I'm a competitive motherfucker. I want to be the best at everything I do. I don't care if it's fucking bowling or golf or what.
Yeah.
But
if I get into it, I'm all in it. Yeah.
And so I'm going hard, and we roll hard there too.
Yeah, I've heard.
And I was rolling with a brown belt. He didn't mean to do it either. Like, I grabbed his lapel. He pulled guard. I grabbed his lapel, and he yanked me in, and yanked me in. It popped my wrist back, and it scared the shit out of me. It was loud too. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna take it a little easier. And then I ended up going to a competition, and this guy, he was in my weight class. I don't know how. He was just one of them. Like, I don't understand. Like, this dude was like a fucking brick house. And normally anybody in my weight class, like, I can usually toss him around pretty easy. This guy couldn't budge this motherfucker, not a bit. And we're standing up, and we get kind of wrapped up, and he went to trip me, but he like slammed the shit out of me, and I came back on my head, and that was my 9th concussion. And I remember I was laying there, and I'm looking up at the ceiling, and all the lights are just kind of fucking floating around. He started to set up an arm bar or something, and I guess he looked at me, and he could see that I was not there, and he stopped, and they made me stop. And dude, yeah, my 9th concussion. I'm pretty sure I have like the beginning stages of CTE or something.
Damn.
But
Where'd you get the other ones from? Skateboarding?
Rollerblading, actually. I had 2 major ones where I cracked my skull. Yeah, I cracked my skull. I had blood on the brain.
Head injuries scare the fuck out of me.
Dude. I was 17. My worst one was when I was 17. And I was shooting my sponsor video downtown, actually. I was at Red River or something. And we had just finished the sponsor video. And we were just fucking around. And I jumped off of a ledge that was maybe like 2.5 feet tall. And I did a 180 off of it, just bullshitting. And something caught my wheel and stopped. And I came back, hit my head, bounced up, hit it again. And I woke up.
That shit makes me hurt thinking about it.
I woke up in the hospital the next day, and the doctor shined a light in my eye, and he goes, "You're awake. You're actually really lucky to be alive right now." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "You cracked your skull in multiple places on this side, and you have blood on your brain." And I was like, "Okay." Like, at the time, it just nothing was really registering, and I was like, "Okay." I went back to sleep, woke back up, and he sent me home. They sent me home that day and told me to take some Motrin. And I was like, that doesn't seem right for a cracked skull, but okay, whatever. I went home. I was fine for a little while. And then later that day, like, my speech started like slurring.
Oh, fuck.
And I was getting like, I was walking almost like zombie like. And
fuck.
Dude, the whole scenario was trash, dude. I lived with a family. They were rather poor, and their car didn't work all the time or anything. And she was like, "All right, I'm gonna try to start the car and get you to the hospital." I was like, "Okay." Like, I was more like, "Okay." Like, I was talking like that, like I just had a stroke or something.
Oh my God.
And she couldn't get the car started, so she called my mom. My mom came. They ended up getting into it, and over God knows what. And then my mom pushed me down. I'll never forget this shit. She pushed me down and told me to find my own fucking way. And luckily, the car started. She got my adoptive mom, is what I call her, got me to the hospital. The car broke down in the hospital parking lot. And stayed overnight again. Got out the next day, and I was bedridden for like 2 weeks. I could not walk. I could not talk.
Holy shit!
I could think clearly. I was like, dude, I'm gonna be a vegetable forever. Like, this is the worst. And towards the end of that 2 weeks, I got to where like I was sleeping on a mattress on the floor. I could roll off of it and crawl to the bathroom. And, dude, it was fucking awful. I thought I was going to be like that forever.
Ugh.
So after that last concussion, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I used to be a fucking straight A student and, like, gifted and talented and all that shit. And I always thought it was maybe some of the extracurriculars that I did that was making me stupid.
Yeah.
I think it's all the concussions. Like I
Yeah.
can't talk as good as I used to. Like my vocabulary isn't as good as it used to be. Like nothing. I feel stupid a lot, and it's just because my brain.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
No, that it changes people for life.
Yeah.
Head injuries, like, it can apparently like make people funny, you know, like
Yeah.
that weren't funny before. Like,
I had after that last concussion, I had I was joking about it, but I don't know. I think maybe it might be true. I don't know. You know, you have the people that hit their heads and then it gets rewired and they become like math savants
Yeah.
and music savants and shit like that. Like, what if it happened with me and tattooing? Because shortly after that happened, I started getting real good real quick.
so you were already tattooing at this time?
Yeah,
Oh,
this last concussion. Yeah.
oh, the last one.
Yeah, the last one.
Right.
Yeah, the last one.
Hey,
It was like right around. I was already in black and gray for a little bit, but right after that,
damn, maybe I need to get into jiu-jitsu. Hey, just slam me real hard. I've heard this works.
but on a lighter note, though, like if you are a tattooer and you've been doing it for any amount of time, especially if you're newer, go ahead and start. Make sure you take care of yourself. Because this is something that we will be doing forever,
Mm-hmm.
and you need it to last
Yeah.
as long as you can.
Yeah. I think a lot about it. Like I've been trying to eat better, like, and I do, and then I'll fuck up, but like, and I've dieted before and like been successful with it. It's just a matter of like staying disciplined with it. But yeah, and I need to exercise more. Like I'm bad about like getting into it. Like just like we were talking, I'll be fucking balls deep in that shit, and then I won't miss one workout and I'm gone for 3 months.
Yep.
But yeah, Quinn's dealing with it, and like I've just been telling myself like it's still early on. If I get on top of this shit now,
Yeah.
I can mitigate it at the very least.
I feel like me and you are probably a lot alike, and I'm the same way. Like I hyperfixate on shit.
Mhm.
I hyperfixated on jujitsu when I
Mhm.
was doing it, and I quit, and I just let everything go to hell.
Yeah.
And I'm on this upward track of gaining all this weight back. And yesterday I started working out for the first time again in 2 years. So
Yeah.
like I know my body's in bad shape already. So I gotta do whatever I can to try to reverse
Yeah.
what I can.
Well, and I think better. I'm better as a whole when I'm like fit. It's like no secret. Everybody knows like
Yeah.
your better self is in shape.
That's one of them things also. If you, in my opinion, and dude, people have always thought that I was like this super conceited motherfucker, and I honestly don't like the way I look. I hate the way I look, but I do like to dress nice. I do like to have cool shit on.
Yeah, me
so,
too.
Like I'll look in the mirror a lot, but it's just to make sure that my outfit's on point.
Oh, dude, I obsess over it.
Dude,
I hate it about myself. I hate that.
they're like, why do you do that if you're not conceited? I'm like, dude, if I look good, if I feel like I look good, I'm going to tattoo good, or I'm going to do whatever I'm doing good if I feel good.
Yeah, and it has nothing to do with you and how you feel about the way I look. It's me, the way I feel about how I look.
And
Yeah, I'm bad about
I strongly believe that shit. Like,
Dude, like it like hinders me getting like my wife will joke like you're a fucking woman.
Dude,
and I'm like, because I'll
deadass.
fucking put some on. I'm like, this ain't it.
yeah, this ain't.
I'm going to. But dude, like I'm super self conscious about it. Like I'm bad about it. Like it'll fucking, you know, I'll be late going places because I'm like, I don't fucking know what to wear. I have nothing to wear, and I have a closet full of shit.
Yeah.
But not today. That shit looks like trash today on me.
Bro, oh my god, dude, I'll put if especially if it's somewhere kind of important where I really like a convention, for instance,
Yeah.
like where I feel like I have to look good to do my best. Dude, I'll try on an outfit beforehand and be like, all right, this is it.
And
I'll
you
try it on the next
change.
day.
I do that. Damn, what is this fucking condition we have? Because I have the same shit. I can't plan an outfit because I'll be like, yep, that shit's hard. The day comes, I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? I'm not finna go in public looking like this. It's like, it's fine. You look fine. No. This is fucking, these shoes are not fucking, I don't know what it is. It's like, so I have to like touch and go.
Yep.
Like we're going to do the seminar next week, the Eden one. And I'm already like, I already know because I've recently made the mistake of like, all right, getting an outfit together and then being like, nah. So the night before, I'm going to the fucking mall because it's like attached to the hotel. Yeah. And I like, whatever I'm feeling right then, that's what we're wearing. Yep. You know?
Like it, or if, for instance, I wake up and maybe I got like this super dope tattoo to do and I'll get ready real quick because I already have like something in my head that I'm thinking is going to be cool. And then my girlfriend will be getting ready and she'll take too long or something. And I've already looked in the mirror too many times. And I'm like, God damn it.
Oh, do you ever do this? You pick like in your head, you're like, I fucking look sick as fuck in this. And your girl's like, that shirt? And dude, it fucks me up. I'm like, well, fuck. I guess we're not leaving for another 2 hours because now I have no idea what to wear. And I was heart set on that shit. I was like, yeah, this is it. And she's like, and I'm like, fuck. I hate it now. I'm just going to throw it away.
Dude, I think I've replaced all my emotions with, or not even that. I don't know what it is. I have an addiction to shopping and buying things.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm extremely picky on my clothing.
Me too.
Because I'm kind of tall.
About how it fits you. Yes. Dude, me too, God. Something will be fucking dope looking and I'll buy it and it fits like weird and I'm like, can't fucking wear this.
Dude, I have tubs of fucking clothes that are like that where I was like, all right, I'll be on my phone. I'll go to whatever website and I'm like, all right, and they'll say this model is 6'1", 100 and whatever pounds. I'm like, all right, so he's like my same stature. That shit looks dope.
Damn, you're doing more research than me. I just fucking.
And I'm like, all right, well, that's cool. It'll probably look like that on me. I buy it and it's like, oh, get it? And I'm like, fucking lied.
This came from China. This shit is like, 4 sizes too small.
Like bro, fuck. There's another $40, $60.
Oh my God.
Gone. I'll save it for my kid.
I know. And it's like a real
it really is.
So like not to like victimize myself, but like I get, cause you know, my wife's like, you just fucking addicted to buying shit. And I'm like, but like genuinely, how do I stop it? It's like, I don't know what to do.
We need some type of therapy for that.
Yeah.
My therapy is watching Hoarders.
Yeah. Just make you feel better about yourself.
Dude, I'll watch Hoarders and cause I have people in my family that are hoarders. And so I know that shit. Like it's an OCD gene that runs.
Yeah. No, I've got it for sure. Cause my dad, I guess it's basically hoarding, but it's not like filth. You know, it's just like he has all this shit that like he just can't get rid of.
And I'll catch myself. I'll have all these clothes, buckets of clothes, and I'm like, all right, no, this is not going to happen. I'm not doing this shit. I'm going to go and I'm going to pick out all the shit that I know for a fact that I am never going to wear, and I'll go donate it all. Yeah. Or whatever. And
I have to do it at least once a year.
Yep.
I probably should be doing it 3 times a year.
Yep, that's what I do.
Yeah, I've got tons of clothes that I just don't fucking wear.
Yep.
And I'm like, but that's a dope shirt.
Yeah. Dude, yeah.
But if I did, that would be fucking sick.
That I've decided, like all my old like Supreme shirts and all that shit, like that don't fit me anymore. I put them all in a tote. I have one specific tote that history repeats itself. It will eventually become cool again or or whatever, and I'm save it for my kids. Yeah, like one day you're gonna get a fucking jackpot, dope ass shit. Just wait.
There's so much of that stuff has come back around from like the early 2000s, and I'm like, fuck, I wish I still had that shit.
Yep.
Yeah. I guess when you start winding this down, we're like 2 hours and 10 minutes in. We'll leave it on this. I want to show you. I feel like we could give some people some advice. This guy wants he needs aftercare advice. What should he do?
Spit on that thing.
Spit on that thing. You hear me?
Oh
Come on,
man.
video. What is going on with this today?
That looks like he engraved that shit in his hand with a pencil.
Why is it white? It looks like, yeah, it looks like he hit bone.
Bro.
But yeah, any tips to help heal skin after self tattoo? I'm glad he clarified that. I think it says mob on it. Look at, how do you even get a line to look like that? See how fat it is? I guess you just have to go over it several times.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, that shit. I would advise amputation personally.
Bro, even at my worst, I was never that bad.
I often think that, where I'm like, how, like,
some people just shouldn't have a machine in their hand.
No.
Period.
no, and I feel bad for them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, because all in my head, I'm like, oh, surely he wants to do better, but maybe not. Maybe they're not willing to put in what it takes to get better.
Some of them just ain't got that.
You ain't cut it out. Yeah. But yeah, I like your suggestion. Yeah, just hawk to that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Be all right.
Yeah. Rub some dirt in it.
So, man, I'm glad I finally got you on here because you were one of the first people I thought about. Man, I remember when I was working at Texarkana Ink, and like, so when I first started my apprenticeship, all my drawings that I brought in for my portfolio were like realistic, terrible. They were terrible, but they were realistic. I liked sketching with pencil and doing like realistic shit. That's what I always did my whole life. And I brought in my portfolio, and Thomas was like, I need tattoo imagery. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I went home and just started drawing traditional looking shit just to show I could do a straight line, I guess. And I brought, okay, this is more like it. So during my apprenticeship, well, when Lindsay went to work at Joaquin's, he gave me like maybe 3 tips while she was tattooing my arm. It was the first tattoo she did in front of him. He wanted to see her tattoo. I volunteered, and I had to like sneak over there one night because if they found out I went over there, I'm fucking done.
Yeah.
And I was so like infatuated. He's like, just because within that hour of him helping her tattoo me, I learned more than I had in 6 months, close to a year, I think. Yeah. And I was just like trying to remember everything he was saying. He was doing the pendulum thing, and I was like, okay, all right. Immediately the next day I had fake skin, and I had it in here. I've got it somewhere, but I did this skull. I did bold lines, but I did bold line, but I did realistic shading. So like realism-ish.
Yeah.
Neo-trad kind of shit. And I did like a mandala and a peony. And Thomas came in my room, and he was like, what you working on? And he was like, man, that's cool art, but that's not tattooing. I need you working on tattoos. And I was just like, I'm pretty sure you're wrong, but okay. And so that I hit you up. If it wasn't that day, it was very soon after that, because I'm pretty sure I hit you up about a tattoo that a guy was wanting to do, which we didn't, thank God, we didn't end up doing. But I was like, yo, what do you think? And you're like, well, this is upside down. This is fucking composition is everywhere. And that's like, I'm still trying to learn this composition. And Quinn is so good at it. So like, I'm so lucky to be learning from him because, man, that shit.
It's a hard one.
Wow.
To learn.
I feel stupid as fuck when it comes to that kind of shit. You know, I didn't do art in college. I did like art history, some bullshit they make you do. But yeah, you were open to like, you're like, hey man, you know.
Yeah.
And I think I even asked you, it was like, you know, like, well, Thomas, you know, doesn't even want me doing this kind of shit. So I have no one to defer to.
Yeah.
You know, there was Matt, but Matt wasn't really there a lot. So like, and you were open to like being like, yeah, try this, do this, you know.
And that's what dude, there's so many people here in town that ask me for advice, and I don't mind giving what I know.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like, I want to see everybody win, period. I want everyone to do good. I want everybody to win in whatever way they can. And, just that's it. That's all I want for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be happy. I want everyone else to be happy. Like,
Yeah.
Especially in such a dope ass field that we work in.
Yeah, not take it for granted.
Yeah. I don't think people should be hindered in the art they do. Do I think at that time when you were being an apprentice over there, I feel like at that time, you should be pretty well, not necessarily well versed in everything, but I think you should know how to do a little bit of all traditional, you know, how to do some neo-traditional stuff, whether it be large or small.
Yeah.
I feel like you should learn some realism aspects, like, and then use that and take it and run with it.
It's just going to make you a better artist.
Yeah. I don't think anyone should be
held to one style.
Yeah.
Well, it's dumb. Are we all going to do traditional tattoos in here? Because guess what? We're going to be fighting like a motherfucker because they're very few and far between nowadays in this town.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're an Elm Street tattoo, you know. But, yeah. But, no. Yeah. So, yeah. So you, like, I just kind of you were on my radar from the time I started because I knew you from back in the day. And I was like, fuck, I don't even think I realized you tattooed. And I was like, oh shit, I remember him and he tattoos, and you were gone at that point, but in the Shreveport. But
yeah, I had to get the fuck out of here.
So when I started the podcast, it's like, yeah, I got to get him on here. Yeah.
I love doing them. I'll do it. I told the other podcast I was on with Joe, part 2, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always down.
Run
with
it.
Like, I think they're fun.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's an excuse to sit down.
Yeah.
Talk. All right, buddy. Appreciate you making the drive and weathering the storm, literally.
Absolutely.
Hopefully it's gone now.
I hope so.
All right, man.
All right.